low-key miss you because, outside of this podcast, you don't fool with me.
That's not true.
That is very true.
It's not true at all. I just am always busy. And you literally know that.
You are always busy. I'm always busy too, though.
Yeah, you are busy.
But
yeah, you had meetings and everything today, and you won't even tell me what they're about.
You have meetings and everything. I was doing some creative consulting
for. May I ask who?
For a person who's releasing a book.
No
poetry
way.
book.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's a poet.
Are you helping her like write some poems?
No, I'm just helping her with the release process and like do like a launch event, like a release party, all that.
Oh, so, you know what? You're just the man, honestly. That's cool.
Whatever. Man, it's literally been a year since we last potted.
Really?
Like, remember that clip that I posted like a couple weeks ago? That came up in my memories.
Wait, what was the clip about?
Do you want to talk about it? We coming in. We coming in hot. I didn't know how hot you wanted to come in.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we had some wild conversations.
Because I would be high.
Yeah, I mean, that's your business. I ain't want to put your business out.
No, I stopped smoking.
You did?
I stopped smoking
completely.
Well, I still smoke.
You stopped smoking weed,
right?
Okay, congratulations.
Very rarely. Like used to, it used to be a lot.
Yeah, it used to be like a crackhead level.
Right.
Yeah.
Like every day, all day long.
Yeah.
Now it's like once a month, maybe.
What made you stop?
I don't know. I really don't know. I genuinely can just pick up and put stuff down. So like right now I'm having a really hard time. I've been better.
Yeah.
Giving up nicotine. Because, nicotine's always been my big fight.
Yeah.
Always been my big fight. But I have been I haven't bought like a new one. Like,
that's
and
good.
I don't even know how long, like a couple weeks. So I'm like.
It's usually, shout out to my boy Ashton. We're going to call Ashton a little bit. Let's call him.
Oh, no, can we please?
Yeah, but it's usually like sitting on the table and he'll switch the camera when you take a puff. And then next thing you know, he switched back in as a cloud. So I'm surprised I don't see it on the table right now. But knowing you probably got it in your pocket or something.
It's in my purse.
Okay.
But it's always near and dear, close by. But no, I've been doing really good.
Well, that's good. That's good. Man, so I mean, what's new in your life? Like, what's been happening?
What's new in my life?
I'm gonna talk about you in a second, but I'm gonna let you talk first.
Okay, well, I don't really feel like there's anything new in my life. Like, if it is, it's like really like mundane things. Like, I just like ordered a bunch of clothes and got them in. Charlie's first day of daycare was today. Like, nothing. Just oh my god, drastic. Like nothing at all, really. I just work.
You sure you haven't changed up? You haven't switched up?
No, I have not switched up. Why? Why?
Why? Because you got a good job and you.
I had a good job last time. I had a good job last time we potted.
Yeah, but the job has gotten better.
Has it been a year?
Yes, it has been a year.
Okay, yeah. I got 2 raises since then.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You got 2 raises. I haven't seen you dressed like a bum in a while.
I'm not bumming it anymore.
Like, you've completely changed.
It's crazy. Look what money will do to somebody.
Look what money will do.
That's crazy. Oh, I stopped smoking weed.
You stopped smoking weed.
I dress better.
You're basically a Republican now.
No, because I owe on my taxes.
You're a Republican.
I literally said, I'm a Republican.
You should have Donald Trump those.
Because what? Why do I owe?
Well,
they were like, you
math.
had an increase in $30,000 something. I said,
dang, an increase of 30? Hold on. Hey, let me hold something. What?
Bro, let me hold something.
Shoot, man.
How have you been? Let's not get into me just yet.
I mean, things are the same and different.
Okay. It's summer, so you're not
It's summer. I'm not in school. Yeah, the box. I remember talking about the box on the pod, but it was like a new concept. It wasn't like a real thing yet. It was just getting going. And now I mean, we're literally like sitting in the box right now.
No, that's crazy.
It is crazy. Yeah,
because I remember you talking about it, and I was like, that sounds like a really cool idea, but I couldn't picture it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize that I had been here before. I just haven't been inside. So, no, it's really, really nice.
Yeah.
Really cool.
I mean, it's going places. It's getting there. Mm-hmm. I think it's really dope how it's coming together. Because, like, this has been something, this has been something I've been dreaming about for a long time.
A really long time.
And it's taken a long time to get going, but it's actually happening, which is really dope.
No, I love it. I was like, oh, I like the different, like, the all-white room and the black room, and then it's, like, very Kanye, I feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It is, like, concepts.
I'm about to call Ashton real quick.
My God, call him right now.
He's going to make fun of how I'm dressed. He's in Nevada or
Oh,
something.
you're gonna FaceTime him?
I'm gonna FaceTime him for sure. Hold on, let me screen record so we can put him on the pod.
Okay, do it.
So for those that don't know, Ashton is like day one with the pod with Slick
They
Talk.
know Ashton.
They know Ashton. If you've watched our podcast, you know Ashton.
You've heard him in the background.
You've heard him in the background.
Me arguing with both of you.
Never on camera. He's usually the one that has my back when.
Yeah, he never has my back. It's always you two against me.
when Earf says some wild stuff about black men. But anyway.
Oh my God.
I'll give another shout out to Ashton. Shout out to Ashton for sure. And you know what? I want to shout out somebody else too. Shout out to Sarita, who say what? No, we got to.
No, for real.
Because she was here, 3 hours ago helping me set all this stuff up. Yeah,
thank you so much.
She's dope. Appreciate you.
Seriously, while I was at work, and I forgot your chicken wings. Bro. I got you next Tuesday though. All
right, bet.
Yeah, I won't be rushing.
I was trying to hurry up and get this set up because we know you're a diva. Things got to be set up before you get here.
No, you know what's that's not true.
Nah, remember that time you were like, "Yeah, go ahead and go to my house. I'll be there in a couple hours. Get everything set up." Remember that? At your own house.
I do remember that, but I feel like I was doing something that day. That I couldn't be there.
This is how you do.
try not to be a diva though, for real. Like I don't really care. Like I just don't know how to set any of it up. It's a lot.
True. It is a lot.
That's why I'm okay. So is this gonna stay like this, or are you gonna have to do this every time?
A little bit of it.
You're gonna have to do a little.
So we can talk about that. So this room, this space is actually like right now it's just being used for storage. Just like a bunch of random stuff in here.
Right.
Like, if only y'all could see what was behind the cameras. It's terrible. But this space within the next few months is going to transform into a recording studio, and it'll be a whole set for a podcast. Like I'm specifically designing the studio to where we could use it all the time for a podcast.
You should You should put something right here.
Yeah.
And put like our name.
Put our name.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be cool, right?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, or something like that.
That'd be dope.
I don't know, maybe some lights.
Right now, it's just a space.
I like it. I don't care. Cool. I think it doesn't matter because our conversation's always good. But like, we really haven't caught up.
We haven't.
So what have you been doing?
I mean,
who are you dating?
Whoa. Why do we always got to go to this? But you know what? You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Over the last few weeks, I ran into Corey Paul.
Of course.
I ran into Corey Paul. First thing he talks about, man, that podcast you were doing. When y'all bringing that back?
Stop.
Now that's my boy, and I'm that's my homie, but I'm also like a fan of his, because he does a lot of dope stuff,
right?
And to know that like he was checking out the pod, he was like, man, like the chemistry, the topics, like there's nothing like it, and I was like,
that actually makes me feel so good. It breaks my heart because like we won't get into it, but consistency is the key, and we already know that.
For sure.
But no, there was a police officer at my job that was like, man, that podcast is dope. Like, I listened to y'all.
He liked it?
What? Yes.
Oh,
I was well, I mean, he's black.
Okay.
But also, like, still,
that's
though.
better.
No, but like, I mean, the way that I've been critical about police.
Yeah.
And so I was like, wow.
Oh, wow. That's dope.
I be forgetting the people that listen to this.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
But you know what's consistent that I hear from people is that we try to squeeze in current events and things like that, but they like when we talk about us.
Yes.
Or when we talk about like our thoughts on relationships, or we'll talk about religion, we'll talk about politics, but they want to hear what we think. You know what I'm saying?
They want to hear our opinions. They don't necessarily care about like the topics. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like we could talk about anything. We talk about anything. We talk about Nicki. We talk about Kanye. We talk about Kevin Samuels. We talk about all that kind of stuff. But they really like to listen to our opinions on it.
King.
Why do you
I'm just trying to trigger you. I'm just trying to trigger you to see what happens.
You want me to get disrespectful. It's crazy.
I'm just trying to see.
I'm not cursing.
No cursing?
I can curse?
I mean...
No, I'm not cursing.
It's better if you don't. But,
I'm not going to curse. I'm not going to curse.
Look at you.
Growth.
That's growth,
you see the
for
growth?
sure.
Because you see,
that's growth.
I would have went in.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's not fresh like it was.
Do you know how long we've actually been podcasting?
For like years.
Yeah, like...
Me and you.
We started in 2017, 2018? That's like 4 years ago.
That's crazy. Yes, we used to do it in Sunnyside.
Just So inconsistent, but
we're busy people.
Yeah, we are busy.
We're young.
We doing it for real though.
We're literally doing it.
I honestly believe, and I hope this doesn't sound cocky, I think the world needs it. Does that sound cocky? Is that like...
I don't know that the world needs any more people with microphones.
Okay, but what we do specifically, the people that listen to us specifically want to hear from us.
That's true.
Even if it's just a handful of people.
That is true.
And so all of this work is worth it for those handful of people, in my opinion. But I've been, you know, a content creator for a long time, like doing music, and have never really cared if it's a big audience, like, because I've always known like the audience that hears it is impacted. Right. And I mean, well, you're a content creator. For sure.
I have been a content creator too for a while, I guess.
You have.
Like, I don't even know how long I've been on YouTube, but it's probably been about 5 years, maybe.
Can we talk about your TikTok?
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. My TikTok?
Your TikTok is popping, bro.
It's kind of crazy.
Nah,
like,
you got a weird fan base.
I do. No, it's genuinely restaurant people. It's that industry that really yes, because those are my TikToks that blew up. Were my like server videos, like making fun of like guest videos. Yeah. So I think that like when you have people like everybody works at a restaurant. There's restaurants popping up all over the place. We live in Houston, so I mean they're everywhere. So people just can relate to it. Yeah. So a lot of the people, like, it came from, you know, like industry people, which those are my people.
And that's what's interesting is that when you're creating content, like now that content creation is like such a big thing, you can literally create something for any audience.
So niche.
Like who knew so that niche. Restaurant workers and servers would be an audience for TikTok and YouTube, and that's kind of wild.
It's some of the funniest stuff. Like one of my hostess sent me a TikTok today, and it was like a manager that relies on 8 teenagers to run their entire business, and it's true because I'm dealing with kids that are like, I have my graduation today. I'm like, people are still in high school. Like I forget that like high school is really a thing. I'm like, it's funny. Summer. Like I haven't had a summer in 7 years. Yeah. Like, think about it. You really don't know summer break, or spring break. I'm like, what is spring break? Like, no, you're going to work. Like, you're going to work. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Who does that?
Yeah. So, I mean, you know.
And the only reason I'm connected to that is because I'm a teacher. So
that's true. You know. So, so what is it like being a teacher? Do you still feel like, oh, wow, like I'm still in school, kind of?
Absolutely not.
No?
What? Are you talking about during the summer?
No, like whenever you're like, no, like during the school year, like does it like when you're going back to school, like you gotta get back to school clothes, you gotta get your back to school like stuff. Like remember when going back to school was so fun because you get new shoes, new backpack, all that.
I think it's different. I think it's the opposite. So you know how usually kids are excited to go back to school? Yeah. And with the teachers, at least from the ones that I know, it's like, damn, I gotta go through this again. Like,
okay, exactly.
I'm back to this.
Because then you're like on summer, but you still get paid, right?
Yeah, I mean that's a good thing.
Sure.
But we don't get paid that much.
Okay, I understand, but like you're still getting paid during the summer. It's true. Like that's cool, and you get holidays, like certain holidays, breaks, Thanksgiving, you know, Christmas, stuff like that.
Yeah, we're off every holiday, which is dope. So, but yeah, being a teacher is a lot though. Like. Shout out to teachers because
no, for real.
Especially right now. Like, I'm not trying to make this too serious because this is
I know exactly where you're going, and I want to go right there.
Okay, let's go then.
Okay, good. So, because I have a lot of opinions.
The amount of, and I want to talk about this, but I got to be careful, like, not to say too many details. Well,
first
names.
We need to say R.I.P. to the victims in Uvalde.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Like, as far as it being close to home, not only is that in Texas, but I mean, I grew up going up and down Uvalde Road.
Oh, me too.
So, like, hearing Uvalde, I'm like, is that down the street? Like,
oh, no. I used to go to Uvalde. I go every summer to Uvalde.
Yeah.
We go every summer
to the town,
to actual Uvalde. Because we go to the Frio, we go float the river. Yeah. If you go to Concan, you go to Uvalde, you go to Utopia. It's all in that same little area. So I've gone almost every summer since I was like 9 years old. So I know how small of a town Uvalde is. Yeah. And it is like unimaginable to think that somebody it's crazy.
What's crazy to me is hearing about the details and even more details that pop up. It sounds like a freaking horror movie.
Oh no, it does.
Like if we were watching the movies, like, man, I'm glad this is a movie because this is scary, but it's not a movie. It's
like
real.
We've heard about other like school, like in Trigger Warning, like we're talking about death and school shootings and stuff. But we've heard about other school shootings, but we've never heard about like details. He was playing music in there. He was playing.
Wait, what?
You didn't hear that about
No.
that? A little girl literally said he put on music, and they were like, "What kind of music, sweetie?" And she was just like terroristic type of music, like it sounded like death, is what she said. It sounded like he wanted to kill people. He had enough time to put on music. That is crazy to me. I'm putting this.
That's wild.
Yeah,
that's absolutely wild. Yeah, I mean, even hearing about, which I want to say allegedly, because I think these are rumors, but it sounds like it's pretty true. Like, about how, like, I know the cops took 45 minutes to go in there.
Oh, yeah,
and then there were certain cops that went in and got their own kids and came out.
I heard about that too, but I, at that point, had stopped reading, like, everything about it because I was just so disgusted
it's hard to
by
see
Greg Abbott and Ted Cruz and everybody, because that was the same weekend that the NRA convention was happening here.
Right.
And I was at work 10 minutes away from the convention center, and I was terrified because I was like, okay, there's protests outside of the convention center, and they're in the convention center. And you would think, like, okay, like, they weren't even allowed to bring guns to the convention. The NRA convention, they weren't allowed to bring guns.
Right.
So is it a safety? So guns do kill people that don't. Like, what?
I mean, you would think of all places to have people with a bunch of guns, it sounds like the safest place, because supposedly they talk about gun safety and you know how to use a gun, and so that was
I mean, it's just Texas. I love it here. I mean, I have it tattooed on me. I love Texas, but the oxymoron, like, literally, a school shooting just happened, and you still hold the convention in the same state, like 7 hours away from you. It's just, my mind can't wrap around it. And they will never, ever change, because I know for a fact that people in Uvalde, people in that town, people that might have even have loved ones that were, hurt, whatever, still feel the same way that they do about guns. And I'm not super against guns. Like, I'm not. I don't like being around them. You've been in my house. I don't like being around them. I don't like them being in my sight. But I understand, we live in the country. So if we call the police, it's going to take 2 hours for them to come. Sometimes you just have to take matters into your own hands. Like, I understand people wanting to protect themselves. But why do you need, like, the mass weaponry? Like, why do you need those type of weapons? Is what I'm saying. And
how did he get that? Like,
he was like 18.
Yeah.
And I think he just bought one.
And you know what? Because I was talking to my students about this before all this happened. But you have to be 21 to buy a handgun, but 18 to buy, like, a rifle or, like, an assault rifle.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
Do you have to be 21 to buy a handgun? Mm-hmm. But you don't have to have a background check in Texas.
Not in Texas.
You don't have to have anything. You don't even have to have a license, I don't think. As long as it's in a holster.
Yeah.
And it's not loaded.
It's not loaded, yeah.
That's crazy.
If you have a license, then, you can carry it loaded. It doesn't have to be concealed. Yeah, all of that.
This place is a show.
So,
I'm not going to curse, but yes.
Yeah.
So what do you think would be a good solution, or what do you think are good solutions to this problem inside of schools? I'm not talking about, because, I mean, we can talk about restricting certain guns and making it illegal to make certain guns or buy certain guns all day long, but I'm talking about specifically for schools, because you work in a school. Like, what is a good
It's hard
solution?
Because I mean, having armed security in schools is also kind of scary.
It's very scary.
I don't want that either. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like the only schools that have metal detectors and police on site, it's usually schools in the hood, black schools.
Which is hilarious.
We never have mass shootings at black schools.
It never happens at schools in the hood. All the schools it needs to happen at don't have any of that.
Right.
And all the schools that it's never happened at have all of it. So it's just like, what are you doing?
I would love...
And those schools don't even have the funding usually to do something like that. So
how y'all even able to do this?
So now you're taking money away from what can possibly enhance education, and you're putting it for safety.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily needed there at all times in those locations.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't have the solution. I don't know. And I'm willing to admit that.
Fair.
I don't know.
That's fair.
I mean, what I would love is, and I don't know how people would feel about this, but
if you say what I think you're going to say, I'm going to puke.
You know what I'm gonna say?
Say it.
They're not. People aren't gonna like. You're not gonna like this. Probably.
I'm gonna puke. I already know what you're gonna say.
All right. Who has a license to carry? You can bring your gun to class.
I literally knew that you were gonna say that. That is okay. What school did you go to growing up where it was normal that your teachers had
it's
guns?
Not normal, but is it normal for kids, an 18-year-old kid, to pull up with an assault rifle? That's not normal either. We're not in normal times anymore. It is what it is.
It's normalized. It's happening more. It's happening more regularly. Not that it's normal.
So let's normalize. Number one, let's normalize law-abiding citizens knowing how to use a gun. Let's normalize that. I think that might help.
If teachers don't get paid enough, like you said earlier, to go through it, then why should they bring their guns to class?
Because we are the last line of defense for our students anyway.
But that's not y'all's job.
But we will be anyway. What are we gonna do?
That's why I'm asking.
Think about the instinct
for solutions.
Because the realistic thing is that the instinct from every teacher, the fact that you're a teacher, you love kids in some way. So your instinct is going to be, I got to protect these kids because they're my kids. Right now, they're mine. I probably see these kids more than they see their parents. Like, these are my kids. And so my instinct is going to be to protect them, and I would like to be able to protect them. Nobody else is going to do it. Who else is going to do it?
I just feel like they also have kids. They actually have their own children that they want to go home to.
I know. Yeah,
so it's
true.
not fair. And like I see, like I grew up, going to private school.
Mm-hmm.
So do I think that my teachers had guns? No. But it was very normal, and it's normal in small towns when you're in high school for guys to have gun racks on the back of their trucks. That's normal. I'm sure my ag teacher had a gun in his truck. I'm sure the coaches had guns in their trucks. Like, that's not far-fetched to me at all. Like, going to school or going to school, that's not surprising to me. But I don't, like, that doesn't make me fear. Like, I don't have fear knowing that. Like, that never made me scared because I knew all those guys. I knew all my coaches. I knew.
What's the difference in your teacher having one?
In the classroom, I think, is what it is.
Okay.
Like, I know that they carried them in their trucks and stuff like that. But actually having one in the classroom, it's just, I don't like it. Like, I just don't like it. And all the towns around where I live have literal signs, picket signs, when you drive up, and it says, this ISD, teachers carry guns, and they will do whatever they can to protect the students and staff here.
There's ISDs like that?
There's right by my house.
Well, you live out in the boonies, so yeah.
So the staff that have their licenses or whatever.
What do you think about that? You don't think
carry guns? No, I don't like it. I mean, I just don't think that it should have to be a thing for the staff. Mm-hmm. But I also don't know how I feel about more police at schools.
Yeah, I just think if you have more law-abiding citizens who have it, it'll deter people from trying to do something. Why do you think people go to schools or go to churches or go to grocery stores? Because these are the places that most likely people have their guards down. They're not expecting that to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you ever heard of a mass shooting happening at a police station? Hell no.
No.
Doubt they would survive that.
That's true.
So I mean, I
think for the schools and churches thing, I think the grocery store is you're correct about people's guard being down because they're just doing a normal everyday activity, running errands. Schools and churches, I think, are about impact. Children, it's about impact, like how much it's going to hit the world. Like, 14 children are dead.
Right.
That's a huge impact on the world.
Yeah.
So, I think that's why. And churches are sacred. So I think it's like I
pack my gun to church.
Symbolic thing. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
There's a cowboy church up the street from my house. I can guarantee you they bring guns inside.
Absolutely.
I can guarantee it. But I literally, Trey, like anywhere, and this is just like me, how I feel, but like where did I go the other day? I went inside somewhere the other day, and I'd never been there before, and I was literally thinking, oh my God, like what if, I went to a graduation. Mm-hmm. I went to a graduation for my little cousin, and all I could think about the whole time was what if somebody like shoots somebody?
Yeah.
Like on stage? Like what if somebody comes to the back that didn't get to graduate and they, you know what I mean? Like there were police there, but it was a lot of us, and there weren't a lot of police. It was in Beaumont. Yeah. So, I mean, like, I don't know. I just think about those kind of things when I'm at the grocery store, at the bank, or like, I always am thinking like, somebody's gonna come here and shoot this place up. Like, it's scary.
Yeah. I mean, so, not to change the subject too much, but we had, I hosted my school's prom here at the box. And that went really well. But one thing, I had a teacher complain to me about the fact that I hired, like, armed security. And they were complaining about it. You know, number one, they were just complaining to complain, first of all, because they got beef with me in the first place.
Oh, yeah, just haters.
Yeah, haters. But also, like, you know, I'm not a big fan of police in school. So why you, okay, I get that. But first of all, these are not police. And we're not at school. Like, these kids are coming to my place, you know? Right. Like, I feel like I'm bringing these kids at my house, almost like your dog is she has we have a special guest, Charlie, in the house. But yeah, I'm bringing these kids, you know, to my place. Is for their protection. It's not to control them. It's to keep people out. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a thin line though. And I purposely sought out, like, it was actually my friend's security company that I hired. Mm-hmm. You know, would I hire actual police at an event? I probably wouldn't, just being honest. Yeah. You know, I hire people that this is the reason that you're here. You're not here because these kids are going to get crazy, because they're probably not. Right. And if they do, there's enough teachers here that can handle that. Yes. We don't need you to handle that. Mm-hmm. We need you to make sure nobody comes in who doesn't belong here.
It's not about the people that are inside.
So if we were able to figure that out for schools, like, because that's the whole thing. Mm-hmm. But, like, okay, at some point you got to realize, like, if I keep enabling this, it's going to
turn to this and that. Well, just like the mother of the Uvalde shooter got on the TV and was like, please forgive my son. He doesn't know what he, like, you know, like, all he grew up poor. He had reasons. What? She said he had reasons.
Sorry, no.
She said he had reasons. And they were like, what are the reasons? And I can't remember what she said because it doesn't matter.
He was bullied because he grew up poor. How do you afford that gun?
Literally. And he asked his sister to buy the gun. Like, bro, he asked his sister to buy the gun. At that point, that's when it should have been.
But you know what? Let me ask you a question. Let's take this somewhere. God forbid. But if you had a kid and your kid did something like that, what would you get on TV and say?
I would say, he's in prison. He's going to prison, babe. And I'm testifying against him. What? Period. You need to be behind bars. You need to be locked away from the world. And I don't even believe in prison. You know, I don't even believe in prison for real. Yeah. But you're killing people? Yeah. Like a psychopath? Get under the jail. Like, that's just it. Like, what?
I mean, no. And maybe this is me trying to have empathy.
I don't like
Not
talking.
For him, for his mom. I'm trying to have empathy a little bit, like, because, you know, the different stages of grief, like, maybe she was in denial.
No,
she's grieving too.
Trey, what are you talking about, bro?
I don't know.
What
I'm just talking.
Okay,
because like, honestly, I don't care. I agree with you. Actually,
bro,
I'm just trying to.
She said he had reasons. If she would have said,
I can't get down with that.
If she would have said, I'm mourning my son right now. Okay, fair. Yeah. You're mourning your son.
But you're giving him an excuse.
But what are you talking about?
That's not cool.
Like, what are you talking about, lady? Like, get off my screen. You're crazy. You're crazy.
Can we talk about your pig?
I got rid of her.
What?
She was terrible.
What happened?
She was terrible. She was eating everything. She was so bad. Penny pig. Love her so much. I got a new cat, though.
You got another cat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Her name is Sneeze.
Sneeze. Yeah. I wonder why. Does she sneeze a lot?
Yes.
Okay.
When we first got her, all she could do, like, okay, so my husband was trying to be sweet, and he got me a cat.
Yeah. After
from the shelter. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Because I'm trying to think, like, was this like a replacement for the pig, or?
Okay, yeah, because Penny was a replacement for Millie, who we can't even talk about still. I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. I cannot talk about it.
I didn't know.
Well, she's not DEAD, but she RANAWAY. Anyway, yeah, I can't talk about it around Charlie either. That's what I'm spelling. But can't talk about that. But essentially, Penny was a replacement for Millie, who was my daughter, like my daughter.
Yeah.
And Sneeze is a replacement for Penny because Penny was terrible, and I did love her, but she was absolutely terrible. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like Sneeze at first. I wasn't into her. She wasn't Millie. She's still not Millie. That's just period. But she's growing on me. He got her from an animal shelter, and she was really sick when we first got her, and she was kind of ugly. So I was like, I don't really like you. But now that she's healthy and we finally got her fixed and she's starting to like me, I like her.
Oh, that's cute.
And
that's
I love her. She's a really sweet cat. Yeah, Sneezer. But yeah. Dang. I know. Wait, what were we just talking about?
I don't know. I just threw that out there.
No, we were talking about, you were asking about Penny. Oh, yeah, because we got really dark, really deep.
Yeah, we
did.
But
it's because you're a teacher and it's just a lot.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm glad you're out for summer.
Yeah, it's hot girl summer, hot boy summer, whatever.
Oh, come on, hot boy summer.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So you're in the streets or what?
A little bit.
You're in the streets?
I'm actually not in the streets.
Okay, I was going to say, you cannot even say, like, let me see your phone.
What?
Let me see your messages right now.
You don't need to see my phone.
I'm not going to talk about any girls specifically because I used to mess up and talk about girls specifically.
But you know what? Which is funny because like we had a lot of podcast material because I was like actively dating.
No, you were being
and I was moving on pretty quickly.
You were being a snoot.
And you would talk about what it was like. Hey, yo, she's not around anymore. This is different. It's somebody else. Like, relax. She's gonna see this.
I just remembered about these 3 girls. Oh my god.
Ew, you put my business out there.
Sorry.
Nah, it's cool.
But it was funny. It was so funny. Me and Ashley used to love to talk about your love life.
My love life is dry as the desert right now.
Okay, well, guess what's not dry as the desert?
What?
That sounded like a weird question, but
that did sound like a weird question.
In 2 days, I made an appointment to get my IUD removed.
Well, congratulations.
I know.
Wait a minute. Like, this is huge.
I know. It's crazy.
Can we've been
married 5 years.
Can we divulge into this? Can we talk more?
Yeah, we can divulge. Okay, so I called the lady. First of all, it's been 5 years since I've had my IUD in. It lasts for 5 years. So I was like, well, I'm just going to let it run out. But then my husband always talked about, I want to be 25. I want to be 25.
Wait, how old are you?
24.
You're still 24?
Yeah, I've been 24 for like 3 years, right?
How do you have?
Literally.
Because I'm 38 now. So.
Wait, you caught me off guard for a second. You're an idiot.
I'm just kidding. Okay, but back to you. My bad.
You're an idiot. No, but yeah, so I was always like, when I'm 25, I'll have a kid, whatever. Well, I'm gonna be 25 in August.
I didn't know this was the plan.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
it's not for me to know.
We go back and forth. We've said, well, we could really just have Charlie for the rest of our life and be fine.
That's the narrative I used to hear all the time.
Yeah. But then I was like, but I really want kids. I've always wanted kids.
Really?
Yeah.
You used to talk like, I'm never having kids.
I know. Well,
I don't want to bring kids into this world.
I still feel that way.
Yeah.
But I do want kids, and I always have baby fever. Like, I want little us's. Not that they would be us.
You are really changing.
This is
crazy.
It's sick. I actually am realizing that, like, I'm an adult.
Yeah.
And I can't always depend on other adults, and I kind of hate it. And I still depend on other adults. But I am like, ugh, I have to answer for some stuff now. Like, I manage people. It's crazy. So I'm like, who put me in charge?
We're going to have a little Earf? Possibly.
Little churf.
Little churf? Wait, I get it. A churf.
Little chirfs. I want 4. He's like, whoa, slow down. Yes. I said, you're going to have to get a vasectomy because we're not.
Yeah.
I want 4.
Yeah.
Sorry, Charlie. Yeah. Literally.
Sorry, Charlie.
Get ready, dude. Like, get ready, dude. Yeah.
You know what?
So I called the lady, I called the doctor or whatever, and I was like, hey, I want to get my IUD removed, like, blah, blah, it's been 5 years. And she's like, okay, well, we can make an appointment and we can come in and talk about it. And I said, I figured on the first visit, like, we would just be like, it's like, be like a consultation, I guess. And the second visit, like, you'd actually do it. She was like, yeah, I said, but we can just cut all that talking out. I want it out of me. Like, take it out and get it out of me. And she was like, well, we have to talk about it. I was like, there's not really much to talk about.
There might be like a liability thing where they have to have a conversation first.
Before.
So it's not like a rushed thing.
I get it.
But like, you ready. Like, that's what's up.
I don't know.
I'm
because
really
like,
surprised.
Also, I want to travel. Like, have you ever felt like, it's like, you want to do all this stuff before you have a kid because sometimes, not being shady,
Go for it.
or terrible to say.
You're about to be terrible. Go ahead.
But sometimes kids ruin things.
Absolutely.
Like,
I don't think anybody would disagree.
Yeah. Like, I have so many friends that have kids and they're like, I wish I just would have waited. And I'm like, you wouldn't have your kid then. It wouldn't be your kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, in reality. So, and then I have, like, me and my husband have a lot of, I call him my husband because he likes anonymity. He's very private.
Yeah.
But, like, we have a lot of people that we know that are married, and it seems like everything was going good, and they had kids, and now they hate each other. So I'm like, what is it? I don't know.
Kids will do that.
Why? They're supposed to be, like, great.
But I think, well, I'm going to make some assumptions a little bit.
Okay.
I think you and your husband have a solid foundation, like, because it was just y'all for a long time.
Long time.
And from what I remember, like, weren't you guys doing, like couples counseling and all that stuff?
We did premarital counseling.
Oh, premarital counseling.
Yeah, we did premarital counseling.
I mean, I think that's, like, a good way to go, You start off healthy. You have a healthy foundation. Things are going to get rocky.
We did premarital counseling with Roger and Faith.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, it was great.
Yeah.
It was great. I'm so glad that we did that.
That's like the perfect couple to do it with.
I know,
for
literally.
For reasons that, yeah.
I know that are hilarious.
What? Is that Siri?
Was that Charlie?
I was like, who's talking?
Was that I don't know what that was. That was crazy. I think that was you.
Happening? Was it me? I just got a whole bunch of text messages. Oh, no.
What?
No.
What?
Oh, it's not even that serious. I'm just being dramatic.
Okay, cool. I'm about to pull a Joe and go smoke, but what's up?
Okay, go smoke.
No, tell me what happened.
Nah, it's just, so, I'm not emotional. I'm not getting emotional at all. This is totally changing the subject. No, I'm not. I'm Cancer.
You're Cancer, so you are what are you talking about?
I'm not emotional.
You're not a Cancer.
I am
When's
a
your
Cancer.
birthday right
July
now?
4th.
Oh, right, duh, you are a Cancer.
Yeah. How you gonna tell me what I am?
And y'all cry the most. What are you talking about?
I don't even cry like that. What are you talking about?
Cry. Sometimes you cry.
I do cry sometimes.
Okay, exactly. And you can be hot-headed. Emotional doesn't always mean sad feelings. You can be stubborn and bullheaded and hot-headed.
That's not true. Serena, is that true?
I'm over here nodding my head. I'm minding my business.
Wait, okay, you mind your business.
What?
No.
Yes, you
see,
can
this is why I need
be.
Ashton, because now I'm outnumbered.
Thank you.
I need my boy to have my back. Ashton, where are you, bro?
No, because it's true.
Okay, whatever. Maybe it is true.
You burn bridges where you go, Trey. Let's not get into it. Because I'm going to go smoke. I'm going to go smoke.
Okay. Nah, you...
Say you don't.
I was trying not to argue with you today.
We're not arguing.
But don't even start trying to... You know what you're trying to do?
No, I'm just saying, though.
Trigger me. You know that's a trigger for me.
We used to be really beefed up all the time.
All the time. And you know... Okay, yeah, because you know how to press my buttons.
Well, you shouldn't have brought up Kevin Samuels earlier.
One of my coworkers was like literally my... Like, you know how you have, like, your family at work? She was literally, like, my work best friend. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And honestly, the people that I work with, I talk to them more than I talk to anybody else. Because I'm around them so much.
Of course.
And she just got a really amazing job, like a super promotion, in Columbus, Ohio, which is where she's from. So she's leaving. So there's a bunch of texts back and forth right now.
Oh, well, good for her. Congrats.
Yeah, I'm happy for her. I'm sad at the same time because that was my dog. Like,
no, I just had a friend that did the same thing, kind of.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're so happy for him, but I hate you.
Like,
I'm gonna miss you.
But, like, I mean...
I love you.
Yeah.
But
you can't turn the job down, though.
No,
like she can't turn it down.
No, because if they did, then you'd really hate their guts.
Yeah.
For not doing what's best for them.
But, I'm definitely happy for him. I'm still sad, though.
Sad for you, happy for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
So.
Can we talk about how crap 2022 has been?
No, 2022
Okay,
has been...
There's been highs and lows.